Again, as alongside, man, you've been really kind with your time throughout, and I appreciate it. You told me in Indy the other day, it's not first to 3. It is first to 4. And now that you've gotten there, Shay was mentioning just the realization of a lifelong dream. I presume that it's been yours as well, and as it's now here and it's real, you've had a little time to sort it out. What's the first thing that you start feeling and coming to grips with?
I don't know. There's so many different emotions throughout the whole entire thing.
I appreciate the honesty.
I don't even know what I was thinking about, bro. And then I walked off the court, and I'm like looking at my mom, and she's crying now. I'm about to cry. I'm like, I know the cameras are looking at me now. Yeah, look, there I am.
It's okay. Hey, if your emotions move you to tears, man, there's very few things in life better than that.
Yeah, it's just a lot of sacrifices. Everybody on the team makes sacrifices. You know, guys sacrifice minutes, time, hanging out with their family. You know, you lose friends, you lose family. Like, there's so much that goes on during a season for everybody. I just had that much emotion for everybody. Like, I just felt what everybody was probably feeling. You know what I mean?
Does it feel worth it?
For sure, for sure. And it's cool because during the year you don't know if it's worth it at all until you get to this moment. So there was definitely like that it was worth it moment for sure.
I asked Shay, and I'm interested in your perspective as well. In a series that's this close, that's got these backs and forths, to see Halliburton come out and start the way he did and then go out the way he did. How do you react? Just because you're wearing different jerseys, but you guys are elite players and human beings.
Yeah, the human being aspect always comes first. So
good. It's supposed to.
It does suck that it ended that way. Like the competitor in me wants him to be out there. Like he had it going too. So that part does suck, but like it also doesn't stop, you know, us from playing. That was the mindset we had. I hope I haven't like checked my phone at all, so I hope it's not something super serious.
It would appear.
Yeah.
It would appear. I mean, again,
it obviously.
Yeah, it appeared
bad,
to be the Achilles, but I mean, you know, I think we all have seen enough of these calves that become Achilles that you kind of connect the dots.
Yeah, I mean, he's a dog for even coming out here to play. I mean, nobody would blame him for, you know, sitting out these games. So he's definitely a dog for that. But like I said, like the competitor part of that too is like playing through the fact that, you know, he wasn't there. And yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but I'm also like happy we won at the same time.
Of course, and again, no one would begrudge you that. I think it seemed appropriate that the third quarters would power you to the victory after the Pacers. They hung in the fight there and they had the lead, but then that 14-point difference in the third quarter, it really was the script that you guys had leaned into so often. How appropriate does it feel that you were powered to a victory based on playing that way in the third?
Yeah, that's a really good team. I've been saying it the whole entire series. You don't stumble into a finals because of one person. So the fact that they kept it within one for a long time.
Yeah.
And we just kind of leaned into what's been making us good all year. You know, defensively, getting stops, taking it one possession at a time. And just over the course of time, I think we're, you know, now I can say it, we're one of the best teams to probably ever go on this run. So we leaned into like what our identity has been all year, and that pushed us to the victory.
I told you how impressed I've been with how stoic and steady you all are, but I do think the human being, I'm interested in this part of it, right? The high moments, how hard is it to stay kind of grounded and humble? And then in the down moments, how hard is it to stay confident? Do you balance that? Like, is there one that's more difficult than the other, just to remind yourself we're not done yet, and then to remind yourself, you know, we won 60 some odd games in the regular season, we're good. Like, does that go back and forth?
We did a really good job of throwing out the regular season, to be honest. The only thing we took from the regular season was just like our confidence, knowing that we can achieve whatever. We kind of looked at like our biggest games during the season. We were like, okay, this is what it takes to win. We tried to treat those really like playoff games, so we did a really good job with that. And then just from like a confidence standpoint, I think the hardest thing to do is when you're not playing well or you're down about your game is to still have confidence that you're an elite player. So, I mean, Bron joked about it a while ago where he was like, do you watch your highlights on YouTube? And that definitely helps. So you try and like watch something to like get you motivated and keep your confidence.
You need to do that.
Yeah, I'm human. You know, everybody goes through moments, especially like on this stage, you always are questioning if you're good enough. And I think I've gotten to a point where when I question that, I kind of lean into it a little more and I challenge myself.
You had a 40-piece in the finals.
Yeah, and then I was negative 40 the next game.
That did happen. That's kind of what I'm talking about, the staying humble and staying confident. There's a temptation because you all all are so young. I asked Shea this, I want to ask you. You know how we do, right? We're going to say, oh, it's a dynasty. I don't do that. But there's a temptation, given your youth and what you just did, to think that this could be the beginning of some longer thing. Is that anything that enters your mind now that you've done one?
Honestly, no. I think I'm just so wrapped into the moment. I think the way that we've been like trained in OKC is like, the more you live in the moment, the more enjoyable it is. And when you start looking into like, oh, we're a dynasty, 2-3 years from now we can do this and that, it takes away from the moment of actually winning it. So I haven't even thought about it. I don't think I'll think about it until we actually do it.
Okay. I know I got to let you go. I'm going to be greedy and ask one last thing.
Be greedy.
You've been incredibly, I think, humble. 40 piece. Like, you could have been something else. What has been most satisfying that you gave this team along the way, that when you look back on it, when you're old and washed like me, you're like, I did that? Is there one thing that you'll take great satisfaction in from this run?
Nothing's more precious than time, I think. And I think when...
That's so true, man.
Just giving the team my time and them giving me theirs. We've had team dinners after we've lost. We've had plane don't take off till 4 a.m. and we sit on the runway. Like, all those like cool times where we were present with each other and like had fun, played Blu-ray on the plane, Uno, listen to music together, like all that stuff. I'm happy that I did that with this team. I think that's why we were so good. Like, all the off the court stuff is stuff that I'll remember. And when it comes to like time, it's like, yeah, just spending extra hours with each other. Like, me and Chet used to like go in the hotel and like watch film on like our pick and rolls when he was coming back. Like, that's the stuff I remember from this run more than like, I can't even remember what happened in our last series. So it's like, those are always moments that stick out to me.
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Think I'm gonna try to wear, I pull up long range. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA on the list,